Hello everybody, is Keppel Corp a $9 stock? Well, I certainly think it is. I think it's a matter of time before Keppel Corp gets a big re-rating and the share price rockets upwards. So whether or not it hits $9, I don't know, but I hope so. I think this slide says a lot about the future for Keppel Corp. It's gonna really reinvent itself into a global asset manager. So Keppel Capital is gonna be at the center of everything, and you have the segments right now, right? Energy and environment, focusing on renewables and stuff. And then you have urban development led by Keppel Land, and you have connectivity by the data center and the M1. And I think Keppel Capital is at the center of everything. It's gonna lead the all these different segments to work together in a group, and they will hunt as a pack, and they will unlock value, and they will monetize low yielding assets into more recurring high quality earnings, and that's going to drive a big re-rating in the share price. And you can see the EPS and dividends will also trend up across time. So this is what I believe in quite deeply. If you look at the share price performance for Keppel Corp, it's quite interesting. The distribution for Sembcorp Marine, it traded up to like 750, and after that, of course, the distribution and everything dumped off. The repricing was quite efficient because if you look at it, Sembcorp Marine traded as high as a 0.12 something, and then given the distribution ratio of 19.1 to 1, the value of this stuff is around $2.30. So this stuff just traded down by the same quantum, so it was quite efficient. But you see, after that, there was a re-rating of Keppel Corp already. So during the madness of the sell-off, during the SVB crisis, and people were worrying about the world ending, this stock traded down to $5.30, I think. A good opportunity to buy up everything actually. For me, I sold off my Sembcorp Marine, and then I just dumped everything back into Keppel Corp, and it has paid off actually. There was a re-rating here. I think this re-rating is just the start of the move. You're gonna see a big re-rating subsequently as the earnings quality shines through and the market realizes this is a gem. This is the full year results for Keppel Corp. You can see that the blah blah blah, and the EPS end up at 47 cents. And they paid off 33 cents of dividends, which is the same as last year. I think this is a big signal. It's signaling that the dividend is sustainable, and they are trying to keep the dividend at a pretty high level because this is XGX where dividends matter. So I think this is very nice of them, despite the lower EPS. You can see also that the now that Keppel Offshore Marine has spun off, a lot of uncertainty and the lumpy earnings profile and all the threats of a lawsuit and what have you and all those nonsense are now all gone. And the earnings now will be positive and quite strong actually. You think that the share price is around $6 plus, and they pay around 33 cents of dividend. This is yielding more than 5% of dividend yield, which is very high, right, for a very high quality company actually. If you look at the earnings profile, out of 700 plus million of EPS of total profits last year, 560 million is recurring. And if you look at the breakdown of this recurring income, it's really recurring, right? 560 million of a recurring income. REITs and trust management fees is 152 million. And this is what we call 包价 money, right? Because they manage the REITs and the trust, and you earn asset management fees, performance fees, divestment fees, acquisition fees, all those fees, right? And this is 包价. No matter what happens, it will just collect. You can see that the REITs are all expanding their AUM fast, right? Keppel DC has a very bright future. You can see the institutions love KDC. I'm sure KDC will be embarking on accretive acquisitions. So this will boost their AUM and therefore the fees for Keppel Corp. KIT is also making placements to raise funds to buy a bunch of stuff. You can see the placement actually went through quite nicely. So this is good news for Keppel Corp as well. And Keppel REIT, well, I think acquisition will be slow this year because of the uncertainties in the real estate commercial properties. But nonetheless, it's still a very steady stream of income. You can see asset management fees over here, 84 million. This is also strong. Connectivity, 55 million. I think that's going to grow. M1 and the KDC, the Keppel data center group is going to continue growing, and yeah, some stuff here and there. Infrastructure will be a bit varying because of it depends on the energy prices and stuff, right? But nonetheless, around half of it is still very certain. No matter what happens, you need to use electricity supplied by Keppel electricity. And then Singapore is still gonna go on the hydrogen and renewable energy and what have you. And so this segment is also very, very attractive. I think if you look at the recurring income profile and how strong they are, this is solid, man. So look at the growth trajectory. Now the asset management fees is $267 million out of AUM of 50 billion. So the target is 200 billion. I think they're gonna do some inorganic acquisitions. Maybe buy some platforms in all over the world, globally. Australia, Europe, Asia, I don't know, grow their AUM. And if this stuff really grows 4 times, this stuff is gonna grow big time as well. So this is gonna be growing really, really fast. And this is nice and recurring profile, right? Attractive stuff. You can see they have a Keppel Core Infrastructure Fund, Sustainable Urban Renewal Fund. So this stuff is gonna use seed assets from Keppel Infrastructure. This stuff is gonna use seed assets from Keppel Land and the urban redevelopment segment. And of course, you have segments in assets in the connectivity segments from M1 and KDC, which is also gonna become seed assets for their funds. So this segment is gonna grow really, really fast. And I said Keppel Capital is gonna be a core of Keppel business in the future. So this is what I said just now. At the core of everything is a Keppel Capital. So infrastructure assets will be injected into funds managed by Keppel Capital, and they earn a very nice fee. Urban development from Keppel Land is going to inject the land. It's going to monetize the land bank and shopping mall and offices and whatever, and then inject everything into funds. And then Keppel Capital is going to manage everything. Same thing goes for connectivity, for their infrastructure, as well as data centers. So if you look at how it's going to play out, right? NAV right now is $6 plus, and of course they have RNAV, right? Which is going to be higher than NAV. But right now, RNAV is hidden, right? You don't really know how high the RNAV for Keppel Corp is. But as they continue to monetize everything, RNAV is going to slowly converge into NAV. So NAV is going to rise up slowly across time to converge with RNAV. And because the share price trades as a function of price to book, so if NAV goes up, price to book stays the same, then the share price will go up. But I'll argue that the price to book will not stay the same. I'll say that as the earnings profile becomes more solid and recurring and more quality, non-lumpy, the price to book will actually re-rate up. So right now it's trading below book, right? So below 1 of our price to book. As the transformation continues, price to book should go up. I would say maybe 1.3 times would be a decent level for the earnings quality. So if NAV goes up to $7 plus, and then price to book goes up to from below 1 to 1.3, you're talking about 8 plus $9 very easily once the market realizes and re-rates everything. And therefore, the higher multiple will be accorded to Keppel Corp. And you can see the virtuous cycle will kick in. NAV goes up as RNAV gets monetized and moves into NAV, and the price to book will move up as people realizes the quality of the earnings is good, and therefore this price to book times NAV will just keep going up, and therefore the share price will keep going up. And as the earnings go higher, the dividends will also trend upwards. So it's going to be a very nice virtuous cycle. I think quite interestingly, you can see the re-rating of 2 companies. Keppel Land Investment post a spin-off of Capital Land Developments. The lumpy developer arm is now gone. So this is a pure asset manager now. Right? You can see that the share price actually re-rated. Came off a bit with the interest rate rise fears. But in general, yes, re-rated higher, right? And you can see Sembcorp Industries post a spin-off for Sembcorp Marine has really exploded, right? As people like the renewable segments and the energy segments, you can see that the Keppel actually has both. It has the renewable segments through Keppel Infrastructure, and now it's becoming a global asset manager. I would say that this re-rating that these 2 companies enjoyed in the past post spin-off is going to be enjoyed by Keppel Corp in the future. So I would say Keppel Corp is a $9 stock easily. It's just a matter of time.